Hello. Um, I would like to make this video about Tulsi Gabard. I've noticed that, she hasn't been getting a lot of traction, and obviously the establishment of both the Democrat, Republican parties, they want nothing to do with her message of peace and to stop these incredibly wasteful regime change wars. And some type of fiscal discipline has to be imposed on the Pentagon. They've never undergone an audit, and when they tried to do one recently, they failed. There is absolutely no accounting system at the Pentagon. Companies like Lockheed Martin, the various mercenary contractors who our government uses, they just throw in, bills, and the government pays them. There's no one second guessing it. They have tens of thousands of whistleblowers who talked about how, the government is wasting money on these private contractors. They're literally privatizing the military, and it's not cheaper; it's more expensive. And the generals, the procurement officers, the admirals, they're all cashing in. They know if they sign off on some type of a military program, then they're going to have a cushy job when they cash out of the service. And this is something that everyone in the Pentagon knows about. And it's a terrible thing. It's a tremendous waste for our country. We're talking about trillions of dollars being wasted. But it's also more than that. This memorial here that you see, this is a memorial to people who have died for our country. And people are dying for our country right now. They're dying for it in these regime change wars that don't serve the interests of the United States. It doesn't help the United States to be involved in Syria. We never should have gotten involved in Syria. We never should have made a decision to topple Assad. I mean, the reason that country turned into what it is today is because we supplied the rebels with money and weapons so that rebellion could actually happen and be successful. We encouraged peaceful demonstrations to turn violent, and it turned into an absolute nightmare. Now we have millions of Muslims in Europe. Now, I'm not against Muslims, but you're obviously going to have a lot of friction because these people are going to be treated like second-class citizens, and they're going to resent it. If not the generation who's there right now, then their children will resent it. And when you think, what was Angela Merkel thinking? I mean, in just 20 years before my lifetime, Germany killed millions of an ethnic minority, and she just off the cuff decides, well, we've changed a lot, and so let's bring in an entirely new ethnic minority. You don't think that that's going to reawaken German nationalism? I mean, it's just deluded thinking, and it's globalist thinking. And people have to respect the sovereignty of countries. It's going to cause a lot of problems because of the Syrian war. And people are dying. This war memorial is to people who died in wars, and people are dying now in wars. I mean, would you want your son to die for Afghanistan? Would you want him to die for some type of mission in Iraq? Who is that serving? I think we should vote for Tulsi Gabard. And, that's a person, you saw how she was treated on Morning Joe by that Katie woman, that Cro-Magnon looking model. She was just, she got such a hostile reaction, but she holds her own, and she patiently explains to these children in the mainstream media why war is bad. It's like she's like a kindergarten teacher talking to all these fronts for the military-industrial complex, which are on MSNBC, they're on Fox, they're everywhere. They're always hostile to anyone who says war is bad. And Tulsi Gabard is the only one. This is her issue. We've got to support her. Please give money. Don't be disheartened by the poll figures. It's still early in the game. Get her on the debate stage, and I believe she will crush them. I have confidence in her abilities. So just because, when the going gets tough, that's not when you give up. Don't give up on Tulsi Gabard. She's our heroine there, and she's going to represent us and put a voice of sanity. And to all the men and women out there who think like I am, I'd like to give you a lot of encouragement, and thank you for supporting Tulsi Gabard. From Boston, Dave, bye.